You didn't do the. We're not doing the.
No, we're not. No.
We're not the.
No, we did that last week.
Thought it was gonna be. This guy was gonna be our thing.
No.
And no. Okay.
You ruined it now.
Welcome to the show. Thank you. Please.
I never wanted it to end with Sarah. She was the only one who truly understood me. I always felt like I was walking on air when I was with her, but then she left and I fell back to earth. I thought I was a loser, got sick, and food turned to ash in my mouth. I was never going to be happy again. I wanted to feel that high I had when she was near. And so, I tried to touch the clouds one last time. And then, a miracle happened. Now I'm learning to fly on my own, and I'm never going back.
In a world where everyone is grounded, one man has fled the flock.
I paid my dues. You have no right to keep Sarah.
We'll be the ones who decide that.
Coming this summer, John Smith stars in Wilcox, rated R for violence and nudity.
And what are you doing?
I'm prepping the equipment for the show.
We're recording now.
Oh, we're recording now?
Yes.
Oh. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
We already did the intro.
Stop sign.
Big rig. We already went over that. Put that down.
Look, this is the. We already went over this.
We already went over that. That's part of our. No, it wasn't part of our. We replaced this with this, which we will get to in a moment.
Aww. Yeah. I didn't throw it. This thing.
Hold on.
Oh.
Put it down.
No? Okay.
So, welcome to the show, How We Did It, where we will take a special effect idea and then develop a story around it, go out and shoot it, and then come back in the studio and explain how we did it. So.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, because we explained how we did it, and the show is called How We Did It. Okay, so let's talk about this little thing right here. This is a shoulder mount for the DSLR camera. And how about you just put it on your shoulder and show how it's done. So you have your two hands here, and it's not a bazooka.
No?
Nope. And it's rests on your shoulder, so that once again you have more of a stable shot rather than having very, very shaky footage.
Unless you do this.
Unless you do that, or you move during shooting or anything like that. But
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's supposed to stay steady. And then this little guy right here, which got moved.
I was fiddling with that earlier.
Yeah, don't fiddle with things.
Oh. Okay.
So, if we zoom in here, if we rotate this, and you can see the lens is moving in and out because it's on the zoom ring. But really, it's supposed to be on the focus ring. This camera's focus ring is just very, very small, so the gear that we have here doesn't fit it. But it goes on the focus ring, and you can focus from here. So you have your camera operator who leaves his hands on the handles.
Oh, okay.
And then you have a separate person. So if we go around here like this, you have a separate person on the side, and they can adjust the focus as needed. So what's really cool about this is that if you have two different focus lengths and you want to pull focus, you can write your numbers on here, and then you can go from your first focus to your second focus to third or fourth or wherever, and you can really nail your focus. So let's go back to our position.
Oh, okay, position 1.
Yeah. So that's our new piece of equipment. It's really, really nice. It's really difficult to focus and handle the camera with one person because it leaves one hand on the handle, which can then...
Well, yeah, if you do that. I still like the stop sign, though. I miss you, stop sign.
So another piece of equipment we used is the tree pad, or tripod.
Tripod.
Tree pad.
I've also heard it been called a stick with legs.
Well, actually, hey, can one of you guys get me my iPad? So this is a tripod because it's 3 legs, three. Ouch. Yeah, don't get your fingers.
Ouch pad.
Don't get your fingers stuck in it.
Ouch pod.
Yes, and it basically, just like this camera, thank you. It's on a tripod, so basically it just keeps the camera very, very still. And we used, can you guys bring me that tripod? We used this tripod to get some really, really low shots, and we also used this really big piece of awesomeness for all the behind-the-scenes footage. And this is just a really nice tripod because it's very fluid. The head is very fluid, and it can support a lot of weight. And the NX5s, which we use for the behind-the-scenes, are about 5 pounds.
About 5 pounds.
So
Small baby's worth.
yeah. Another really cool thing.
Small baby that's really good at recording video.
Yeah. How about you buy me some time? Buy me some time.
Buy you some time?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I need you to go to the store and buy me some time.
Oh, I thought you meant like babies. I'm not gonna buy you babies at the store. Last time I tried that, I got yelled at.
I never said buy me babies. I
You
said
didn't
buy me time.
You didn't specify that.
Okay, so what we have here is I don't think you can actually see that.
Look at all of its overexposed glory.
Yay. Look. But one thing, yeah, fix it in post, thank you. One thing that we used this past weekend was an app called Shot Lister, and you basically put in all your shots that you want to get, and
It creates a list.
yeah, hence the name Shot Lister. So it creates a list of all the shots that you want. It has a category of or a column of the type of gear you want, the description of your shot.
Stop sign. Looks like a stop sign. That's one of the things you would put on the list.
No, that would be a gear.
That would be a
Piece
gear.
of gear.
Right, piece of gear. So stop sign, put it on the gear list.
Yep.
Shoulder mounted bazooka, put it on the gear list.
Yep. And whether or not we want video effects or sound effects, and which actor we need for that shot. So it's all really nice in one spot. You can print out a spreadsheet with all that information.
Yeah.
But what this can do without a spreadsheet is you can remove shots from your shot day or shoot day.
Yep.
So that if you're running out of time, you can get rid of shots that you don't really need. You can also arrange shots by location and, again, by actor.
Right.
And it tells you how long it actually took to finish the shot.
Cool.
So it has a lot of tools to help you improve your shooting day. And
Well, you know, I've heard a similar technology to this. If I may speak to this, it just recently came out in Staples. It's called a pencil and a pad of paper.
so that's really all the new equipment that we use this weekend. So another thing we were going to talk about is editing. I use Premiere and After Effects, and that's really what we use to edit this show. What do you use?
I use Final Cut Pro 10.
What do you like about that?
Well, I like that it's user-friendly. I picked up Final Cut 10 when I started video editing, and I didn't come from a background of video editing before, so I thought the transition was pretty easy. Just it's very consumer-friendly, so you can everything's drag and drop. So as long as you know where something is, it's easy to apply it. And the way it's laid out, I'm a visual learner, so when it's laid out in screenshot with thumbnails, like our editor will show here, as opposed to Premiere that's laid out in bars, which our editor will show here. Two of them side by side, you can see the difference between being able to see your shot in Final Cut 10 and being able to see a bar in Premiere. Personally, I like the thumbnails better because then you can scan through it, and the overall aesthetics of it looks a lot smoother to me.
Yeah, and if you like the shots or the thumbnails, you can actually go into your preference or actually expand the video file,
Yeah.
and you can see the video
Yeah.
file in Premiere as a thumbnail.
Oh.
And what I really like about Premiere is that it automatically separates your video and audio. So right now, we're actually recording directly into the camera, so it's not that big of a deal. But when we're out on location, if you go back to last week's episode, you can go check out our basic equipment, and we have a Zoom recorder and a DSLR camera, which are not connected in any way. So we have to bring it into the editor and line the audio up that way. And with Premiere, you can expand the audio, and you can see the waveform. So whenever we clap at the beginning of our shot, just to get a very high peak in your waveform,
Right.
you can then line those up really, really quickly, and
Yeah.
then it'll sync up very quickly. There is also a feature, I believe, in Final Cut Pro 10
Yeah.
that you just select two clips, right-click, and it'll automatically
Yeah,
sync
it'll
up
all
your-
sync it up together.
Yeah.
Yep. What I like about Final Cut 10 is, contrary to what you just said with Premiere, is that it separates the audio and video automatically. I like that they're paired together because then I don't lose track of them right off the bat. If I move something, the audio goes with it, so I don't have to keep resyncing things together.
Premiere is a lot more professional. Well, Final Cut Pro 10 can also be professional,
Can be.
but it's a lot more, I guess, effects driven. Whereas it's it can link up with After Effects, as our editor showed last week with the lightsabers.
Yeah.
You can just right-click on a clip and then edit in After Effects, and all the changes in After Effects will then be transmitted into Premiere.
Exactly. And a great thing about Premiere is that it's an Adobe product, which means it's a cross-platform. So you can go to PC and for Macs.
Yeah.
Final Cut 10, while I particularly like it, it's only for Macs. So if you don't have a Mac, tough. No Final Cut for you.
Yep. No Final Cut for you.
No Final Cut for you. But, you know, having a Mac has its advantages and disadvantages for video editing. I think that at least my Mac handles video editing better than some PCs that I've seen.
Yeah, and it all depends on the specifications of your computer.
That's true. That's
And
true.
if you're doing a lot of visual effects, you need a lot of RAM and a very good processor to handle that.
Right.
As well as a good graphics card.
Right.
Which most laptops don't really give you, unless you have a really nice gaming laptop that's like $2,000.
Yeah, I
but-
don't. Yeah. No. Not
But-
really.
So now we will throw it over to our editor, and he will show you how we did this week's effect, which is flying. So stay tuned.
I did not know that.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, you weren't there.
I wasn't here for this.
Yeah.
So that's going to be cool.
Yeah. What is up, everybody? I am the editor-in-chief for How We Did It, and I'm going to explain how I did the flying effect for the sketch. Just a disclaimer, we shot all the in-studio footage before we decided to change to a bi-weekly schedule. So just note that whenever they say last week or next week, they are referring to last episode and the next episode respectively. Okay, so let's get started. Once again, we are in Adobe Premiere Pro. And as I said in episode 1, I do a rough edit and then put in the effects because that saves a lot of time. However, the way I did the flying effect, it's not as critical because it's very easy to pull off. So I'm going to be going through exactly how I did it because it is so quick. So as you can see here, I already added the footage to the timeline, and I'm going to right click and replace with After Effects composition, and it will create a new composition in After Effects for the footage. So I'll come back when it's, okay. So here's our footage, and I will go to the point where I jump and start to take off. That right there is about good, and I will duplicate the footage, Control D. Let's trim that up. Then I will create a freeze frame. And this frame is what you see flying off the screen. So, let's scale this so that it fits everywhere. So as you can see, if I scrub through the footage again, goes blah blah blah, it goes, and then it freezes instantly. And let's see, now what I need to do, there's a tool in After Effects called Roto Brush, and you can basically just paint your mask rather than taking a masking tool and going around like that. It's very, very convenient. Okay, that's basically what you do, and I'll come back when I'm done. Alright, so I got it close. It doesn't have to be perfect because there's going to be a lot of motion blur and you're not going to see all the imperfections. So, if we turn this layer off, and then we go to the point where I'm totally out of the screen, and this is what's called a clean plate. And you get this, so, because if you solo this layer, alright, I figured it out. So as you can see here, the solo layer with me cut out is completely black. So if we add the background layer, put it right there, and let's trim this up so that it ends when I jump in the air. Okay, so as you can see, I jump and then I freeze. So now let's animate. I'll just select the position, select the stopwatch, and that starts the keyframing. And then we'll go to maybe about 4 frames later. And we will shoot me out of this frame. So as you can see now, I'm starting to jump, and I go out of the frame. And that looks kind of cheesy because it doesn't have any motion blur on. So let's turn on the motion blur for the whole project, and then turn on motion blur for the layer. And as you can see, because it is moving such a great distance in such a short amount of time, there's a lot of motion blur. And that really helps us sell the effect. Alright, so another great way to sell the effect is to add dust wave. So let's add that in here. And we will line up when the dust starts to come out. Bam, right there. Bam, right there. And as you can see from these dots, the dust layer is smaller than the whole layer, the whole composition, so we need to scale that up. Now it's scaled up. All right. And if we scrub through, you can see that there's this very harsh line, so we need to add a layer to that. Okay, so now that we've added the layer, it's feathered, and we need to bring the opacity down because there's not that much dust on the ground. About right there. Bam. Then we'll render it out and take a look at it. Alright, so it's not rendered totally out, but it's enough to see the effect. So let's watch it. Bam, that looks pretty good. Bam. If we go back to Premiere, we will see that the effect if it'll load. Yep, we can see that the effect transmit goes back into Premiere. And then all we have to do is add sound effects and make it look good. And this is the ending. And as you can see, it is very, very easy. And now I will throw it back over to Ben and Hayden in the studio. Thanks for watching. Hello there, and welcome to Two Suits and a Friend, where we will put topics in a bowl, draw them, and then discuss about what happened over the weekend after someone reads the topic.
So am I invisible?
No, you're not invisible.
Two
You're
suits and a friend?
There's only one person in a suit. It's like one suit and three guys.
I wouldn't call us all.
we also have a special guest.
Yeah, and that guy. So
Right. Should we introduce the guests?
Can
Should
you
we
hear
go
everybody?
around? Are we introducing guests?
Yeah, we're introducing guests.
All right.
This is Tyler.
this is Tyler.
As you can see, he was the Russian in one of the trailers. So
Do your Russian accent for us one more time.
what are you talking about?
Phil
We actually can't say that. We're gonna have to bleep that out.
That's
Oh,
the
I
most
didn't
Russian
realize
accent.
That was the most. You can't hear that because he cursed, but that was the most Russian thing I've ever heard. We just have to take our word for it.
if you say so.
That's the second most Russian thing I've ever heard.
Okay, so what's the first question?
All right. So the first question is, what was the part was most fun?
Well, no, wait, hang on 1 second.
Who wrote these?
What was the part was most fun? Yeah, no, Andy's not an idiot. That was the correct. That was exactly what it says in the paper. I'm sorry, I doubted you at first.
It's written in crayon.
They won't know what we're talking about because I think I accidentally deleted that part.
Well, what was the part was most fun? I missed the shoot, so I don't even know.
I wasn't
What was
there
the
either.
most fun?
I think
What was the part that was the most fun?
I'd have to say from what I was there with, getting strangled to death was the most fun, and I don't get to say that often.
Yeah, only like every other day.
He has died in every single short that I've made.
I'm
with
starting to think he doesn't like me.
Take
Yeah.
the hint, dude.
And then
You
you
can only write so many, and then Hayden gets tortured scenes before you finally figure it out. You
almost died right before we started shooting it too.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
him. Yeah.
almost died.
Yeah, I was choking, and Ben gave me the Heimlich maneuver, which really was just kind of a series of punches to the stomachs.
I don't think he knew you were choking.
Just wanted to kill me sooner.
Saw his opportunity.
This'll make it
So what
look
was
like
the
an
funnest
accident.
part for you?
Actually, watching Hayden being strangled was definitely probably the funnest part for me too. Just because your face got bright red and it looked like you're
sounds
actually.
you've made too.
It looked like you're actually getting strangled. I thought we were gonna have to pull him off you.
What many of you don't know is that I practiced my strangling. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't do that.
Not on TV.
All right.
Should I move on?
Anywho.
Anywho.
All right.
Who?
No, go ahead. You be the moderator.
How did the weather affect your shots?
Well, it was really, really sunny.
Right.
So there were parts of our shots that were, like, both had sun in it and was in the shade.
Yeah.
So we fixed our exposure so that the actors looked good that were in the shade, but that made the really sunny parts really overexposed. And I think one way we could have just fixed that was fix our exposure for the sunny parts and then put some lights on our actors. That might have helped. But if it was like really sunny, which was on top of the parking garage, it was fine because we just could fix the exposure for everything. And then if we were all in the shadows, we can do the same thing. So it was only those couple shots that had both shade and sun that were troublesome.
And I like to think that overexposure can be a stylistic choice too.
It's an aesthetic choice.
Yes.
You can't see anything because it's a dream sequence. It's
There's meaning behind every camera move. That's all I'm gonna say.
there's meaning behind everything.
It's Tyler's turn.
I don't want that one.
All right. What?
Did you have any equipment malfunctions, and how did you deal with them?
Wait, I think you need to read that again in your Russian accent.
Let's hear it.
Did you have any equipment malfunctions, and how did you deal with them?
It's the little soul patch.
Yeah, it's
that makes you sound more Russian.
Yeah. It was like
The visual stimulus.
it was very way Eastern Russian, almost Mongolian.
I'd call you Ukrainian, but what's the difference?
A lot?
Give it 10 days.
Well, none of the cameras malfunctioned, which was awesome. There was some trouble with the shoulder rig because we couldn't get the screw tight enough. So whenever James went to focus, the camera would start turning and then the gears would become disengaged. So that was a little annoying. And one of the big tripods we used was really broken. Some of the screws on the legs that tightened the legs, there's a little latch that you flip to tighten them. That was really loose, so the legs wouldn't stay in place. And at the bottom, there's a little, I guess, plastic pieces that all converge to keep the legs from spreading out. And one of those was broken as well. So, yeah, those two things.
So all in all, not awesome tripod. So all in all, broken tripod.
No.
And I just want to say that, for the record, breaking your tripod is an aesthetic
choice. Yeah.
And you can feel free to make that if you think it's going to make your video better.
Especially if it just wobbles like frustratingly often. That's an aesthetic choice.
Yeah.
Why didn't we use the stop sign skeleton? The stop sign prototype, if you will.
The
Outline.
fig rig?
That one.
Fig rig.
I wanted to use a new piece of equipment.
Makes me think of, like, I don't know.
Like
Fig Newtons.
Fig Newton or like holiday figs.
Get
That's
back
like
to
a
the fig
giant truck.
Someone broke into the fig rig and took all the figs.
Oh no! All the figs.
You left the keys to the fig
Save
rig.
the figs.
It's okay. The rig doesn't go that fast. We'll catch up with it soon.
Follow the son of figs.
Well, the way we fixed that was we went to get another tripod, but James also had this like really, really small tripod that actually worked to help hold up the
It was about
the
this
DSLR.
big when it was folded up.
Wow.
It was tiny.
Wait, we have an example.
Oh,
Keep that in your back.
oh.
James and his tripod
Trusty tripod. Dang, that
pocket
is,
tripod. Wow.
I've never seen
This-
anything like that before.
Wow.
This guy.
What?
This guy right
that's
here.
tight.
What and what?
It's like a mini baton.
That's
What?
crazy.
I did not know you were a night watchman in your spare time.
Dude, I was honestly thinking about mugging you, but now not so much.
Now, is that one of those like you could just pull out and just go, whoosh, and suddenly you've got a 5-foot tripod? That's like this. You're like the
leg
switch.
is either really interesting.
Way to
or-
break it.
This is like the switchblade
He brings
of,
his tripod.
of media pieces.
And I break it.
If I ever get trapped on a deserted island, I'm bringing that.
I'm bringing James.
But yeah, this is the tripod that we use.
He's gonna eat you, James.
Kind of reminds me of a
Yeah.
Land Rover.
no Sputnik.
Russian accent.
Sputnik.
Sputnik. But yeah, that's the tripod we used.
Damn, that's cool.
You hold that up. I don't
Hold on.
want to take up with time.
Oh, I probably
It's really nice.
Okie dokie.
What was that?
totally.
How many times were you interrupted? We weren't really.
Wait, we weren't really interrupted that often.
Says the person that
I
wasn't
don't think
there.
we were. I don't think we were. Do you think we were interrupted that often?
Oh, I thought you were gonna interrupt me. I don't know. I didn't go to the set.
No,
I'm not
I
gonna
wasn't
sit here
there
like I'm
either.
some perfect cast member who makes it to
yeah.
every filming. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't really interrupted. Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
Nice aim.
Points.
Good shot.
Thank you.
This is off topic.
No, we
What?
weren't. We weren't interrupted that much. We were distracted that one time.
Girls in tight clothing will do that.
Yes, but there was this one. This girl had like really short shorts, and when she bent over, her butt just fell out of the shorts.
It was like she was with this group of like 6 other girls, and they're all freshmen going into the dorm.
I love the visual of just fell out because I know that's not what you mean. Like
That's what
your
it looked
shorts like slightly pulled down, but I'm thinking like fell out, like something fell out of a bucket.
I'm picturing her whole butt just like falling down. I don't know about you, but her butt's
just-
like right here.
it
It's just
just
like opens up.
Detached.
I have a bad imagination. So her butt's out of her shorts.
Yeah, you know how when a girl has just super short shorts and her cheeks
Or a
are
guy.
just like. I've
Or
never
guy.
seen a guy, and I wouldn't want to. That'd just be awkward.
I thought it was funny when we were doing the first shot on the rail, and people kept walking like over the rail as they were walking past us and interrupting us. Like they were literally just like walking right through the scene, no questions asked.
Like, oh, you probably wanted like natural people walking through the shot. Make it look like you had a natural scene with many people walking through the shot. No,
No.
not at all. I want
Yeah.
a controlled environment.
Yeah.
Get off my soundstage.
Get out of here.
People are so disrespectful.
There was a
Yes, they are.
one woman too
Their butts falling off.
that walked right through our scene and was just like, give us the angry eyes.
Oh yeah. There was a camera up, 2 cameras. I was fixing the behind the scenes camera, and James had the rig on him, and this woman just, I think Tyler was walking to his marker, and he walked right in front of the lady, and she just like angrily looked at him like, you can see that we're doing something here. We were here first. Just wait your turn. You're not going to be late if you're
Where were you shooting?
in front of Waldo.
Oh.
Like Tyler's afraid to hit a girl.
Definitely not.
My microphone is rubbing on my shirt.
So basically, we just explained that Tyler is not afraid to hit a woman.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Anyone gets in my way, they're going down.
That's for
annoying.
the good of the shot.
Next question.
That's how they do it in Russia.
Right.
Right.
That's what they in Mother Russia.
In Russia, man punch you. Pretty sure that's what they do everywhere, though. That's just in blank, man punch you.
All right, this is always a controversial question. Who was most valued?
Me.
Are we allowed? Yeah, are we allowed to vote for ourselves?
I vote for me.
I vote for myself too.
Oh, dang, that's a good choice.
Who do you vote for?
Who do you vote for?
I vote for James.
Yeah.
He had the
Well,
tripod, did all the
I changed my
shots.
vote to James. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with me on this one. I honestly think that
Well-
I came in there and I.
3-1, it's James.
You realize he does have that tripod still and knows how to use it.
That's James.
James, pocket tripod.
James, you're most valued.
MVP of the night.
I'll punch a woman, but James will slap you with that.
He'll just hit you with a tripod and then set up the shot.
Whatever.
So where did you film? I think we went over that. We filmed that
Well,
outside
we
of
filmed everywhere. We filmed in front of Snell. We filmed between Snell and Waldo in this little courtyard.
All right,
area.
all right. Let's rework the question. Where didn't you film?
Where didn't you film?
Almost
Russia?
everywhere. Yeah. Russia, Ukraine,
Mongolia?
Kansas,
Crimea.
Alaska. That's 5.
Atlantis?
Yeah, South
Mexico
America,
City.
Antarctica.
Opposite world.
Yeah.
Tokyo.
Wait, did we film an opposite world, or did we
No,
not film an opposite world?
we didn't film an opposite world.
Hater. That's a really good question.
Yeah, this courtyard out here between Snell and Waldo and the parking garage.
So why did you choose those locations?
They were accessible and easy to walk to because we were on a time crunch.
Work with what you have.
Yeah. Didn't want to go to some place off in the distance and waste 2 hours just getting there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a river shot that we never actually did because.
Yeah, because we couldn't get to a river.
It's a river in downtown Corvallis.
But we needed to be get to a place where the bank gradually meets the river so we can like kneel next to it. So, I mean, everywhere in Corvallis it's steep.
Covered bridge.
I've never been there.
River Bridge.
Would have been nice to shoot there.
Yeah. I wish I had been here. God. All right. I take back my vote for most valuable.
Yeah.
Was that your question?
That was my question.
Tyler.
Oh, last one.
Right.
How much time did you take?
3.5 hours.
My mom said 6 hours.
Let me just narrate what he
I don't remember what the question was. How much time did it take?
How much time did that take? Yeah.
How much time did it take?
Hey, he doesn't have any
You
paper.
didn't have any paper at all. There's nothing else in this bowl. You're just making up questions
What
now.
type
aren't
of
you?
show are you running, Ben?
An imaginary
Here,
show.
I've got a question for you. Who
Okay.
the hell do you think you are?
I think I'm the producer of
that.
this show.
Did you get it right?
That's a good point.
Okay, sorry about that.
These are like stretchy, elastic, imaginary.
The scroll.
They're scrolls.
We're working
Hear
for pirates
ye,
here.
hear thee.
Bring out your dad.
Dad's weekend.
Yeah, it took 3.5 hours. We scheduled for 4. We were in the sun again, so we got really, really tired.
You guys look tan.
I got sunburnt.
There you go.
On your head.
Really? On top
Right
of
on
that?
top.
Yeah, point
It
out.
looks actually pretty tan.
Yeah, there,
Yep,
close
that's
to that.
pretty good.
There. Close
That
to
actually
that.
does look pretty tan.
Yeah.
I don't know if our
pretty tan.
editor can make it close up. It'll look kind of fuzzy, but do the best you can.
Well, you know what your editor can do?
What?
Is make us
Ride on
Dolphins
Outta here.
on our way out of this show.
And that's all we have for this
And that's
week,
all we got.
folks. Get us on the Dolphins on the way out.
Woo!
No hands.
Yeah! Woo!
No hands.
Yeah! Woo! Woo! Yeah!
Fix it in post.
Fix it. Yeah.
Fix it in post.
Woo!
Aesthetic choice.
How much do you want the Dolphins this time?
A lot.
I would love it.
I love
You
the
got to
Dolphins.
pay the editor, though.
How much?
Pay the editor what?
I thought you got paid by the studio.
You got paid, yeah. This guy with the ideas.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. And I want all that Anchors footage edited for me.
Anchors is done.
Yeah, it's dead. Let's just get a fat Anchors
Anchors.
logo right
Right there.
Anchors.
And then me and Hayden will just pretend to lean on it like this. And that's all we have for the show, folks.
Not quite.
I do think you should put that in.
That
We-
would
we
be-
will.
That'd be cool.
I like how they're trying to run the show. That's all we have for now, folks.
I'm just trying to get Anchor's name out.
Okay, you can do that without ending the show.
Oh, sorry.
But what we have for coming up?
Yeah.
We've done lightsabers.
Yep.
We've done flying.
Right.
We have shockwaves, explosions, slow motion.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I don't know if we can do dolphins.
Is this about that whole payment thing?
No,
and you
it's
get paid by the studio.
it's about FEMA.
I think you're thinking of PETA.
No,
Are you
I'm
thinking of
about
Pita
FEMA.
Pit?
People.
Pita-
for the-
Oh yeah, I am.
Are
Pita
you
Pit.
hungry right now, too?
Yeah.
Are we all going
Pita
to Pita
Pit.
Pit right now?
No, I'm probably going to Qdoba.
Ben, can I get a
giant pita sandwich. Just running.
Do you want that with extra
I
dolphin?
just want to sleep on the pizza. We gotta see how many times we can kill Hayden in one episode.
Oh yeah.
We've got at least
You're like Kenny.
4 or 5 more deaths coming up for Hayden.
I don't know why I'm a part of this show.
That's a really good idea. Just do an episode of different ways to kill Hayden.
Maybe we shouldn't do that.
Because that'd be great effects too.
I think that'd boost ratings too.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, nobody likes Hayden.
Hang on. I like Hayden.
Wow.
Hayden's a cool dude.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure other Hayden would say that if he still
If
lived
he was
here.
actually here.
So I feel like that was a low blow.
Oh.
All right.
And on that note, we are going to end the show. Thanks for watching. Join us again next week where we'll talk about another effect. See yas. Will that piece work?
Apparently does.
Really?
Or not.